All right, class. I thought I wouldn't leave you on a cliffhanger because I want to show you what happens next. Now, you guys aren't actually going to be doing this part of it, but we do this in EDD. We print stuff all the time. So one of the things I want to go ahead and walk you guys through is the process by which I'm going to take your STL file that you now saved and how it's actually going to move into the 3D printer. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. So I'm only going to show you one being printed, but now that I take this, I'm going to go to, so Makerbot Print is one of the software that's on your computers, but you would have to create an account for it to start. I'm connected to the printers via an IP address, but all that stuff is going to be done in future years. So what I'm going to do is I brought in the object. Now, you can go ahead and make a Makerbot print file just to see that scale-wise it's the right size. If this thing was really tiny or really huge, you know you messed up somewhere in the scaling. So now I'm going to show you how this works. So I can go ahead and adjust the orientation of this object, but each one has different, issues with it. So if I click this button, what I'm going to do is the computer is now going to process how the 3D printer is going to do this. So what it's doing is based on this orientation, how long is it going to take? And also how much support does it need in order to create this object? Because you'll notice this little bridge right here, it's going to need some support material, not only there, but also here between the eye in order to create this. So it's just about done processing the tool path, and it's about to show me how this is going to build up. So you'll notice the green is the solid material. And based on this, actually, let's double check that. This would take, time-wise, where is it? 26 minutes, so a very short print. But I want to make sure that I don't need support. So I'm going to check something really quick to see if I had supports on. No, see, I didn't have supports on, no wonder. So I'm going to turn supports on because if I don't have supports, I'm actually worried it's going to fail. So now I'm going to go ahead and process this object again. And what it's going to do is it's going to, again, interpret how am I going to print this. And when it says support under bridges, what it means by this is considered a bridge right here, this V. But so is this little overhang here. Now, do I think it needs support for that little overhang? Maybe not, but I'm going to let the computer interpret that. And so now here we go. Awesome. I don't need supports, which means that this object is small enough where this won't fail if I print it. There's other orientations I might be able to print it on also and still be fine, but I thought that would work. So now I can go ahead and go to my printer. I can select this printer, and if you notice, I can actually double check that there's nothing printed on it. I'd go to the next room over, I'd make sure, I'm gonna hit print, and then it's gonna go ahead and process that print. So it's sending the print job, and now it's initializing, and it's gonna go ahead and start heating the extruder head and start printing this out. So that's how I'd go about printing these objects.